What if the universe isn't a machine, but a mind? It's a question science has avoided for centuries. Not because it's uninteresting, but because it's terrifying. If the universe is conscious, then we are not just living in it. We are living inside something that knows we exist. For most of human history, we've seen the cosmos as a giant mechanism, predictable, mechanical, soulless. Stars burn, planets spin, physics happens. But lately, cracks are forming in that cold clockwork picture. Everywhere we look, reality behaves like it's aware of itself. Particles change when observed, systems organize themselves against entropy, the universe seems to learn, adapt and create complexity. Like it's thinking. And now, a growing number of physicists, cosmologists and philosophers are asking the forbidden question. What if consciousness isn't something that emerged in the universe, but something the universe is? It's called panpsychism. The idea that everything from electrons to entire galaxies contains a sliver of awareness. Sounds crazy? Maybe. But here is the strange part. Our best physics might actually support it. Because the deeper we study reality, the less it looks like a machine and the more it looks like a mind trying to understand itself. So if the universe is really conscious, how would we even know? That's where things get weird. Before we ask if the universe might be conscious, we have to admit something uncomfortable. We don't actually understand what consciousness is. Science can measure brain activity down to the millisecond. Neurons firing, chemicals surging, patterns emerging. We can even pinpoint what parts of the brain light up when you feel love, fear, or déjà vu. But no one, not neuroscientists, not physicists, not philosophers, can explain why any of it feels like anything at all. It's called the hard problem of consciousness, a term coined by philosopher David Chalmers. We can describe how brain processes information, but not how that information turns into experience. Why does the electrical storm in your skull produce colors, sounds, emotions, and self-awareness instead of just silence? That question haunts both neuroscience and physics, because at its core, consciousness doesn't behave like matter or energy. It can't be weighed, measured, or detected directly. And yet, it's the only thing we are absolutely sure exists. I mean, think about it. You can doubt everything else, your senses, your memories, even the universe itself, but you can't doubt the fact that you're aware. Awareness is the one undeniable reality. So here is the paradox. If consciousness is real but not physical, then where does it come from? Is it a glitch of biology, a strange byproduct of evolution, or is it fundamental? A property of the universe itself, like gravity or space-time. Because if consciousness isn't created inside of our brains, then maybe our brains are just receivers tuning into something much larger. If consciousness isn't confined to the brain, could it be built into the universe itself? That's not just philosophy. It's a serious question some physicists are starting to ask. Because when you zoom in far enough, the universe starts doing something that looks suspiciously aware. Let's start small. Quantum physics small. At that level, particles don't act like solid things. They exist as waves of probability. Multiple possibilities coexisting until something observes them. Only then does the particle choose a state. That's not poetry, that's the double-slit experiment. One of the strangest results in all of science. When you observe a particle, it behaves differently. The simple act of measurement changes reality. Now, no serious physicist thinks a human consciousness magically collapses wave functions. That's pop culture nonsense. But it does raise a question. What actually counts as an observer? Does the universe need to be watched to exist in a definite state? Some scientists think observation itself, the exchange of information, might be a fundamental property of the universe. In other words, reality might require awareness to function. And that idea leads straight into panpsychism. The theory that everything has a tiny spark of consciousness. Not thought, not intelligence, just experience. An electron feels its spin. A molecule senses its bonds. A star knows its gravity. Every piece of the cosmos participates in awareness at its own scale. It sounds mystical, but thinkers like David Bohm, Erwin Schrödinger, and even Albert Einstein entertained the possibility that consciousness might be as fundamental as space and time. Modern philosophers like Philip Goff are revisiting it, arguing that awareness could be a basic feature of reality, not an accident within it. Then there is Integrated Information Theory, or IIT, a framework that defines consciousness as the degree to which a system integrates information. A brain does it. A computer sort of does it. But so does the universe. It constantly processes, stores, and reorganizes vast amounts of information through quantum interactions, gravitational networks, and electromagnetic feedback. If information and awareness are linked, and the universe is the largest information processor imaginable, then maybe consciousness didn't emerge in it. Maybe it is it. That leads to the most radical idea of all, that consciousness and the universe are two sides of the same coin. Matter and mind aren't opposites, they are partners. Reality could be one vast self-aware field, exploring itself through time and space. So maybe when we study the universe, it's not just observing it, maybe it's the universe observing itself through us. If consciousness really is built into the fabric of reality, then what if the entire universe functions like one colossal mind? It sounds poetic, but the comparison isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. When astronomers mapped the cosmic web, the vast structure of galaxies spanning the universe, they noticed something uncanny. Under a microscope, a human brain's neurons look almost identical to that cosmic pattern. Two networks, two scales, same design. Both the brain and the universe are self-organizing systems that transmit information. In your brain, electrical signals travel along synapses, branching, connecting, adapting. In the universe, galaxies connect through filaments of dark matter carrying energy and gravity across unimaginable distances. The structures differ in scale by 26 orders of magnitude, but the mathematical patterns, the information flow, are eerily similar. A 2020 study actually compared the two and found that the cosmic web and the human brain have nearly the same complexity density. Let that sink in. Your brain and the universe are arranged in ways that might obey the same information laws. So what if this isn't a coincidence? What if consciousness isn't something that arises in brains but something that scales up? Imagine the universe as a massive neural network constantly processing information. Galaxies as neurons, dark matter as the connective tissue, gravity as the signal that keeps it all coherent. If that's true, then maybe the cosmos isn't just expanding, maybe it's thinking. Physicist David Bohm called it the implicate order, a hidden layer of reality that connects everything beneath the surface. According to Bohm, what we see, the stars, the atoms, the laws, are just the explicit expression of a deeper, unified consciousness. And maybe that's what we are a part of. Not observers of the universe, but cells in its vast cosmic brain. So when you look up at the night sky, maybe you're not staring into emptiness, maybe you are looking into the mind of existence itself. If the universe really is conscious, if reality itself can think, then what does that make us? Observers? Participants? Or tiny sparks of the same mind momentarily aware of ourselves? Maybe that's why consciousness feels so mysterious, because it isn't ours, it's borrowed. We are fragments of a greater awareness, each experiencing the universe from a different angle. I mean, think about it. Every atom in your body was forged in a star. Every neuron runs on the same physics that governs galaxies. When you think, the universe thinks through you. And maybe that's the real purpose of intelligence. Not to dominate nature, but to let nature understand itself. Science can describe how matter behaves, but it can't explain why there is something that knows it exists at all. That why might never fit in an equation. Because maybe the answer isn't mathematical, maybe it's experiential. Maybe the universe isn't a cold machine winding down into entropy. Maybe it's a living, evolving field of awareness discovering itself, learning and dreaming. And we, humans, stars, galaxies, we are all expressions of the same consciousness, written in different languages of energy and time. So the next time you look up at the night sky, don't just see stars. See neurons, see thoughts, see the universe awake and thinking, and you thinking back. Because if the universe is conscious, then you are not a random accident in a meaningless void. You are a voice in the cosmic conversation. And the fact that you can even ask this question might be the universe's way of answering it. Thank you for watching. Keep looking up.